Hello,
Hello, welcome back.
it's Tuesday, and today we're going for a little walk down the aisle, aren't we, Ben? Not us two, not us.
There's a plot twist.
We thought we would take a little look back at one of the most iconic LGBTQ moments in Neighbours history.
Aaron and David's wedding.
Especially for you.
This was the first ever ceremony of its kind on Neighbours, and also on Australian television as well, the first legal gay wedding.
It is my very great pleasure to pronounce you married. Can I get an amen?
How was it for you?
It was special. It felt like there was a lot of hype around it as well, wasn't there? It was bigged up in the press, especially kind of with it being the first gay wedding. I don't know why I paused, man. With it being the first gay wedding in Neighbours history and Australian, it felt like it was a really significant moment. And what I really appreciated was that they could have sensationalized it and added loads of drama to it, but they didn't. They kept it really nice and simplistic, and it was very true to the heart of Neighbours. And I think they modelled it on the infamous Charlene and Scott wedding, which you don't really get Neighbours weddings like that now. They're very much more dramatic. The comedy rivalry between the celebrants, between Susan and Jemima.
She's been working on a speech day and night.
What can I say? Tough titties.
It was just very, very, very funny.
And it was still, at its core, like a soapy wedding. There was still, the odd cliche moments here and there, like Aaron not being able to walk.
How am I going to walk down the aisle?
Then suddenly, as he approaches the end of the aisle, he gets up. I mean, he wasn't paralyzed. It wasn't a miracle. It just hurt his back.
And I think what had been nice as well with these two characters, they'd kind of gone on that whole will they, won't they journey. Obviously, when David first arrived, he hadn't come out. So Aaron, they were the opposites, because Aaron was this out and proud and never apologising for who he was. It wasn't a straightforward path to the altar or the Erinsborough Pavilion.
Yeah. They still had a tiny budget and organised the wedding in about a week, as you do. Oh, I'm going to get married. Let's do it next week. Or I'm going to move to another country. I'll see you later. I'm off. How did you feel? Because here in the UK, we got a different version of the episode. We got Kylie and Jason, especially for you, playing as they walked down the aisle.
It gave me all the feels.
Especially for you.
Because some people didn't like it, but I loved it. I thought it was wonderful. It made me cry.
I mean, it was lovely, wasn't it, that David couldn't have his auntie there, but she sung. Yeah. She sent him a song for them to walk down the aisle to. That was really well, and uncle as well, wasn't it? Her auntie and uncle, because Jason is David's uncle.
Now we're right together.
I think that's Charlene's kind of MO now, because she sent Jane and Des a recording to play at their wedding, didn't she? They played Golden.
Do you remember Ringo's version of Suddenly?
I only dreamed that I would find.
I've got that on CD.
I've washed my hands off you for good.
I just want to say I loved them having their own aisle each to walk down. Aaron being walked down the aisle by his mum Faye, and David being walked down the aisle by Paul. His mum couldn't be bothered to show up.
Oh, Mrs. Tanaka, she's a one, that one, isn't she? Listen, nobody needs to see her sullen mush in the wedding photos, do they?
Smile, Kim. Oh, as you know, I am a huge Kim fan. I was devastated she wasn't there.
She's got like a permanent passport photo face, hasn't she?
Yeah. What's your passport face like?
The thing with me is I've got you know how people have resting bitch face? I've got resting smile face, and I can be sad. I can be at a funeral, you know, I mean, inappropriate moments, and I'm there beaming away like it's.
Sonia! Sonia, no! No, 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 no!
What's your passport face, Ben?
I look like a thug. In my passport photo, I look like a thug. I look like I would beat you up.
What kind of thug are we talking? Are we talking like, you know, like Neighbours Thug of the Week?
I probably wouldn't look at a place in D'Amato's gang.
Oh, wow.
I swear!
He's lying.
Okay, so Ben, you know what time it is now, don't you?
Question time. And it's 1-0 to me.
Okay, let's not dwell. Hit me with today's.
Okay. So when Aaron and David proposed to each other, what did each of them use to make the proposal?
They're having a picnic, weren't they? On the beach. Ring pull?
That's half an answer.
Yeah, the ring pull offer.
Okay. So David was prepared and proposed to Aaron with a watch.
Will you marry me?
Yes!
Whereas Aaron, not so prepared, proposed with the ring pull.
So that means you'll marry me too?
I will.
Right, come on. So he proposed with a ring. That was 1 point.
No, the question was, what did Aaron and David use to make the proposal?
A ring pull.
Yeah, but David also proposed with a watch.
That's like a 2-pointer question.
All right, maybe ask the producer if that's allowed.
Producer, is that allowed? Producer says yes. 1 point. Okay. Speaking of Mr. Aaron Brennan, when Aaron and Josh joined forces for their little exotic dance troupe, what were they called?
See, I can remember they were dressed in like cowboy outfits, cowboy hat, cow print waistcoats.
You remember the dance?
Sexy. Everything about you so sexy.
I'm gonna guess hot pink a go-go.
That was a good guess, babes, but the answer was
The hit.
Ah! Can you ask the producer if hot?
hot. Oh, he says you're cold.
There we go. 1-1.
Until tomorrow.